Summer is usually a prime time for runs and races, but the pandemic is pushing many of them back or canceling them entirely. That means organizers are having to find creative ways to get people moving. Jeff Graves from Run317 series is joining me now this morning. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning.
Jeff, recently it was announced 2 317 series races would need to be virtual this year, the Butler-Tarkington and Mass Ave runs. What was taken into consideration when making that decision?
Well, Run317 is more than just a running event. It's a social gathering, and looking at it and everything we're going through with this COVID and pandemic, it just didn't feel like we could do it safely and do it to the level that the participants are used to. There's a big party afterwards. We have a DJ, people are dancing, beer lines. It's a lot of people. It's 2,000 plus people crowding onto a street, and we're just not ready as a community yet for that in a safe way.
Tell us a little bit about the process of taking a physical race and transforming it into a virtual one.
It's a lot of work. We've been literally for the past 3 months planning both options because we just literally didn't know which way we were going to go. So, taking it here, now we have to be thinking all the safety components we were working on for the in-person race. Now we got to be thinking of, okay, how are we going to fulfill all these packets, get people everything they were promised, plus deliver a really cool virtual experience. And we've got some pretty neat things that we're able to do. We have a tracking device, so they literally can go run the Butler course or the Mass Ave course, and it's going to tell them where the start line is. It's going to tell them where they should turn. It's going to tell them the mile markers. Our sponsors are going to be able to put shout outs during that. It'll tell them where the turnarounds are. There'll be a lot of fun things we can tell them. The highlights of what they're running by, Hinkle Fieldhouse, whatever is along that course. And then they can also have their family and friends track them on the route, and their family and friends can give them shout outs that will be coming through their phone. So it's an interactive way we can track them. We can communicate with them on the course. So we're trying to make a virtual run as much like a in-person run as possible. And if they can't get down to the actual location where the race is, they can still do the same thing at wherever they are and run. The message will just be a little different that they're going to hear through their phone and the tracking device.
That's really cool. So it won't feel quite as isolated. What's your message to runners right now about the importance of still staying connected and still taking part in these races?
Running is such, it's such an individual thing, but yet it's such a social thing, and we bring the social part of it. So we're encouraging people to still be out there. Obviously, safe social distancing as this virus keeps changing every day and we keep hearing of it coming back. It's going to be so important that we still keep our space, but we're out there enjoying. And these virtual runs have really, really taken off, and we've seen some great response to them. So I know there's people that probably haven't done them. They like to go to the start line and actually be there. But I tell you, try a virtual run. You may find that it's much different than you thought and really enjoy it. The other thing with it, we're seeing an older demographic really, really taking to the virtual run.
Yeah, maybe gives them a little bit more confidence than being in front of all those people. Jeff Graves from Run317, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Scott?